Welcome back to another episode of the Knowledge Bomb. In this week's episode, we're going to talk about BCAAs. Chances are you've heard about branched-chain amino acids. I believe if you're training, you should be taking advantage of BCAAs. Now let's talk about why and when you should be taking these. Branched-chain amino acids are essentially a set of non-essential amino acids. There's a set of essential amino acids that we're really not going to talk about. But there's a couple things that BCAAs are going to bring to the table when we talk about human performance. One, it's going to decrease the rate of perceived exertion. So things are going to feel easier, right? Like fantastic, who doesn't want that? The second thing is it's going to delay the time to exhaustion, right? So it's going to actually delay you getting fatigued, if you will. And the third thing is it actually attenuates CNS fatigue, which what I mean by that is it's going to help preserve your central nervous system and its ability to continue to work. These three things are huge. Now, when to take them and in what form they come in. So BCAAs come in either pills or powders. I personally like powders. They're a lot easier to manage. It's really easy just to take a scoop into your shaker. 10, 15, 20 minutes before training is the perfect time to hit it. Now, if you're training fasted in the morning, this is a really interesting thing. So those of you guys who train at 5 a.m., that might really be hard to eat a breakfast prior to training. It's definitely a consideration, but branched chain amino acids should definitely be in your routine. What happens is in fasted training is a great way to kind of upregulate and take advantage of CNS stress on the system, right? It can become very anabolic in nature, right? But you need to be careful because what's secreted during these sessions fasted is cortisol. And so if you have an uptick in cortisol, this cortisol can be catabolic in nature. And so when we have an uptick in cortisol and it becomes catabolic, things like protein synthesis, along with a bunch of other functions kind of get blunted. So really taking BCAAs in a fasted state in the morning is a great way to kind of offset some of this, right? And having almost like a cortisol staving effect. So as you can see, branched chain amino acids have a huge benefit to training. So just to review, you can take branched chain amino acids prior to working out, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes is fine. Think about 15 to 20 grams as a starting place for you. It's a great option. Definitely, if you're going in fasted, you should definitely be utilizing branched chain amino acids. It's a great alternative to kind of a heavier, intra-workout options, if you will. You can even add it in throughout the day. There's no harm to that. It's going to increase protein synthesis. It's basically the building blocks of protein, if that makes sense. So you can get branched chain amino acids in red meat, other things like that. This is just a great supplement. You can take it cold, you can take it hot. It really doesn't matter. It's just a great thing to kind of include throughout your day.